We join Candice Robinson at Bat Racing. She's going to take us through her runners, some of them really nice sorts. Candice, race 1, Captain Arrow. Talking about nice sorts, he looks a nice type. Are you expecting a good run?
Yes, Vicky's a very nice horse. He was suffering a bit from his shins earlier on, and I think with the rain that we've had now, that certainly will be better for him with it going a bit on the softer side. He's doing really nicely at home. His work is good, and I think on collateral form with one or two of those horses, I think he must have a good chance. He's drawn nicely, and I think he should have at least a good each way chance and possibly a good winning chance there.
Race 2, Lord Firefield, just the one run. Has he improved?
Yeah, it was very green first time out, but it wasn't a bad run from him at all. He's actually come on quite nicely from that run. I would have been happy if I'd had a better draw, especially with juveniles at Durbanville. I think it's a little bit tricky. I think had he been drawn well up, I would have been quite confident of him possibly finishing in the money. It's all just going to depend where he can get or fit in from that draw. I think if he gets a nice position, he certainly could improve enough to be in the money this time.
Race 7, Mar Black. Did she need her last run? Is it a run best ignore?
Yeah, she doesn't enjoy the very firm going, Vicky. The track gets a bit too hard and a bit too fast for her. She too, I think, will prefer the sting out of the ground, but it's been a little while since she's run, and I think she might just need the run a little bit. If they don't go too hard over the 1,000 at Durbanville. She's quite nicely weighted there, and she actually looks very well at the moment. She's working well too, so she could run well fresh. I think if she doesn't need it too much at the weights, possibly a money chance.
Race 8, 3 of them, all nice. Barcelona, Elder up, would he be the elect?
I think so, especially over this trip. I know he's got a big weight to shoulder. It was a really good run from him last time out, finishing third. He's a horse that always seems to find, well, he's quite high in the ratings, and he ends up taking on horses that he's just not quite up to that class of. So I think down in class here, he certainly will have a much better chance. But in saying that, it's not a big field, but it's quite a competitive field, and he has got a lot of weight to give away. Obviously, I think he might be a better horse up the straight than what he is around the turn, but in saying all those things, he's doing really well at home, and from a good draw over this sort of trip, despite the weight, I think he must have a good chance too.
Benjamin, I often have a similar question when it comes to him, that he's got the ability and always can surprise.
Yeah, you never really know with him. His form's not that great at Durbanville. It's not the ideal track for him. He likes to come from way off the pace actually, when they go a good pace, and I think that's maybe why he doesn't quite enjoy Durbanville so much. He's drawn quite nicely this time around, but tough race for him. I think he's really had to step up in class here a little bit, so I think it'll be tough for him.
Sugar Mountain, always been a nice type. He's rested. Will it be a little bit sharp for him?
I think it probably will, especially at Durbanville. He comes off a break. He had a small injury, and it's his first run back now. He looks well, and he's doing well. I think, as I say, the 12.50 at Durbanville might just be a little bit on the sharp side for him. But hopefully hopefully I'm sure that he will be running on pretty well, and just a nice prep run for him going into the season at Kenilworth.
Candice, all the best.
Thank you.
That's Candice taking us through her runners, and keep an eye on race 1. Looks to be a nice sort with a good chance.